Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Dropout podcast. Today we have
Cory Thomas. Yes, one of my best friends.
One of?
Yeah, well, you know, there's other best friends. We've got you, him. He is literally one of my best friends. That's why I'm doing a podcast with him.
Cool, man.
But yeah, we got Cory Thomas today. So it's good to have
name.
a second guest. Yeah,
Big name.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it's no, because we were saying before the podcast that like this today is just gonna be a chat. Literally just gonna have Liam. This is the first time you've met Cory. Literally for the first time ever.
Every guest you've brought on. Is
So far has been one of someone that I know or an acquaintance of mine or something like that. But we have got you on today. So this is quite funny. So me and him, we actually started off on a really bad note. He sent me. In one of the podcasts we spoke about how we met. And he said, us? No, me and him. Right. We met in work, and he sent me a snarky email being like, by the way, mate, your case is this and that. And I was like, what the fuck, and everything like that. So our relationship started off on a bad note. Mine and his also started off to an awful note.
Really? Pretty dreadful.
Oh yeah, so I knew you through dance. I've known him again through dancing. But this is someone I'm much closer with than our previous guest, Martin. But I knew him. What year was it?
Oh, mate.
Probably 2011, 2012?
It's got to be at least 2011.
Yeah, 2011. So I've known him since 2011 now, okay? But I fucking hated him. And now, I mean, when I hated him,
Why, though?
Because he was a dick. In my opinion, he was a good dancer.
Were you a dick?
No, you weren't a dick. All right, no, I'll say my side and then you say your bit. But I'm saying, I was a dancer. I was a boy. I was about 13 or 14 at the time. And I used to see him at competitions and I used to be like, oh, he's a fucking twat. Look how confident he is. Look how cocky he is and all this shit. Slagging him off.
You were just a hater, bro.
No, but he was as well. So I said to him, years later, I said, I used to take the piss out of he had these Beats headphones, Liam, and we were like, I see him in competitions, I'd be like, his head looks so fucking small compared to him, because you are like, you're smaller than me, obviously.
I'm a small man.
I just didn't like you. Why didn't you like me?
So I didn't like you because I didn't know you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I had no reason whatsoever to dislike this guy, but I think it's a lot of it is that kind of boy dancing kind of element. So in the amount of years that I've done it, the ratio of female to male
has been
it's dramatically higher.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot more competition automatically between blokes.
You know, like artists around in town like that, like local artists, like singers and stuff like that. That's what it is. It's a rivalry between you guys because you're such close proximity and there's less of you.
And there was
me and him.
But I didn't know you. I had no reason to judge you and create that assumption of you.
Yeah.
But I did equally as you did me.
Yeah.
Because it was just a done thing, and because there was a lot less of blokes than there was girls. I think instantly it's just a bit more
rivalry straight away.
A bit more because there's less competition.
Yeah, exactly. And when
which makes it more intense.
Yeah, exactly. But we became like friends through a friend, Josh Morgan, Flappers. That's the boy. we are he's
top lick.
He's an interesting guest to get on. He'd be an interesting guest.
He would be very good. Actually.
He would be good actually.
He would be very good.
I think you get on with him because he likes a lot of music that we like. You know, like the old school hip hop heads and everything like that. He likes all of them, and he one day said to me, he was like, oh, fancy meeting me in town, I'm with one of the boys. And I was like, yeah, go on then, son. So I meet him in town now. Not knowing it's him. I turn up, I'm like, fuck. I literally was like, fuck's sake. I literally went to Josh when he went to the toilet or something. I went, why the fuck? I was like, why are you with him? Like, literally being like, I don't want to be out with him. And then, as literally as time got on, and as we are sitting here now, best mates, literally like me and you, I didn't like him. He didn't like me. What was the email that you sent back? What was it? What did you say?
Oh, I can't remember.
So did you initially email him, or was it?
Yeah, because he was doing check.
I emailed him first
because he was doing checking of applications, and he was like, "Oh, by the way."
I'm gonna be honest. At the time, as well, I was very. How old was I when I was in
19ish? No,
I would have been
20.
No, I would have been 18. I think.
18. Yeah, you even.
I was 18. I think I was turning 19, and I was very young, and I was very judgmental.
Straight off the bat,
right? I just thought he just looked like a twat.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I just,
Mate,
I
so,
just,
like,
Same.
I just
same,
thought he looked
same.
like a twat.
I thought he looked like a twat as well.
Yeah.
and I was just
And
like,
he
oh,
is,
I
he
was
is,
just,
he is,
the way you just were at the time, it just pissed me off. Like,
Yeah, and then literally because as time went on, me and Liam, like, I've never told you, but me and Liam just became friends through music and just like
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
same
really
artist.
weird.
It was like, and obviously you know what it's like around around the Swansea area, South Wales area. Not a lot of people are into more now because it's more popular. But you know, like artists, like some artists you don't even know, like Little Skies. I've shown him like some Little Skies music. That's me and him. We was like, that's how we became friends, just through music, which was interesting because through us we became became friends through dance.
But they go hand in hand, don't they? So
Oh yeah,
that's-
massively.
There's
But like
there's a
this
platform
man, if we're on the topic of music, this man is an encyclopedia of house music. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
If you play, no, come on, you put it down so much. If you play like 40 seconds of a track, or like the first 10 seconds, you'll go, oh, that remix, and then they use that sample. I'm like,
How? How do you know that?
because he
How?
studied
I was very invested in it.
dance massively.
in the dance
Oh.
element, and obviously the music just
Goes hand in
it
hand.
just came with that.
Can I test you now?
Probably not. I reckon he'd fail.
I reckon I'd fail miserably
because
now.
he hasn't done it for quite some time. We'll come on to that later on, obviously from dancing.
We
But
can do that at the end.
yeah, me do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go,
maybe.
at the
Yeah,
end, yeah,
we
yeah,
got. We
Don't
are.
hold your hopes up.
No, yeah, I know. No, don't get your hopes up
Okay,
at all.
will
But
be interesting.
what we remember now to say as well during the podcast as well, that we will do the thing at the end. That's coming at the end. What we're gonna do with every guest.
Yeah.
Remember? But yeah, going back to music, like I remember.
I sound like a scapegoat now, don't I?
No, yeah. No.
Every
it'd be
time
fine.
we bring it up, it just sounds creepy.
Yeah,
we
but
need
it's
to find
not
We
creepy.
need to find a new way to bring it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Like every
It
time.
makes
Oh,
it
yeah,
sound-
that thing, yeah, we're gonna do that
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
later
yeah.
on. But you don't know about it. But
Instantly,
we're gonna
as
do
you were
that
saying,
thing.
I'm
yeah.
just like, if you were saying that to me, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
this
no,
thing?
why
right,
you
okay,
telling
all
me
right.
that?
I'm sorry. My bad.
This is why I don't like you.
I know you don't like me, but anyway. But because basically what happened was you were in a right, like basically, because you gotta remember, like you don't understand, like not talking down to you or anything like that, but you don't understand the mentality in dance schools is very heated,
Very clicky.
especially if you're very clicky, and especially if you be honest, like that's not cocky to say, being a good dancer as well in like an area. There's a certain hierarchy of dancers, isn't there? People look at certain people. People looked at you for quite some time as a really good dancer in the South Wales area. Be honest, he was. When I say this now, he was very, very good, like top notch. One of
Equally,
the people.
you were very, very
Yeah,
good.
but-
Still are very, very good.
But
I think there's
but
a
you-
notoriety that goes
Yeah.
along with it.
how old are you?
23.
I never know.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How old would you have said? Don't offend him, obviously.
I'm on camera. Be careful.
I think you look older than your age.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you look at least 26.
Yeah, 26
Alright,
or
I'll
27,
take that,
I'd say.
I'll take that.
You're not old. You're definitely not like older than 30 at all.
Yeah.
But I'd say you don't look. But equally, how old do you think he is? That's a good guess.
Well,
I don't think you'll guess it right.
I don't think so either.
I know you're not younger than 19
No. Yes, true.
because of our conversation. But if you were to exclude that, and I hadn't noticed that, I probably would have gone with about 19, probably 19,
Is it?
20.
Really?
Yeah,
How
I
old
think
are
you look quite young.
22.
Okay.
So he's a year. He's a year.
Okay.
Are you 2 years older than me or a year? No, you're 2.
2.
Yeah, and you're 1 year older than me, and you.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's the beard, mate. It's the beard.
It is the beard. Because before you didn't have the beard. You didn't have the beard at all.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't have a beard. Oh, mate, it was an awful time in my life.
I regret. I don't like looking at photos, mine, from when I didn't have facial hair,
Why?
because I feel like I look weird. I feel like I look really strange.
But that's
I
only because
need
you've gotten
facial
used
hair,
to looking at yourself with facial
Yeah,
hair.
but I had that for years. I had no facial hair for years.
I need facial hair.
No, you got plenty. You got a good beard.
No,
you got
no.
the best beard out of us all.
Oh,
'Cause
cheers. Well,
Well,
you
well,
can't,
his-
you can't compete
yeah,
because
his beard is fucking awful.
My beard's good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, mate. Yes, it is.
I
My
would-
beard's
what-
good.
I want to
I'm
see
not having
pictures
that.
of your
Have you
beard.
got a picture of your beard?
No, I do have a picture with me with a
The tash.
moustache.
Oh, the tash was awful.
I need
But,
to see a full
um,
beard.
bad
I need to see a
stage.
full beard.
What was the tash for? Was it Movember?
Yeah.
It was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I forgot. I forgot about that. But right, going
That
back.
was strong.
Oh, yeah, it was right. It was right. But going back to when we became friends, then he came to the dance school that I'm at now and I'm teaching at now is Synergy. So he came over from leaving another dance school, Fahrenheit, and we went through that massive ordeal of the the breakup of schools and everything
Yeah,
like that. And then not knowing where to go, did you? Because for years, so a lot of people...
From day one.
Yeah, from day one. Well, yeah, literally from day one. You know, like, a lot of people, like, you know, different activities, you know, like boxing and stuff like that. You go to maybe multiple schools, you may get used to a few gyms. He started in Fahrenheit, and he finished in Fahrenheit. Like, Fahrenheit finished.
Is Fahrenheit like a big school or something?
Oh, at the time...
It was a dance school, yeah. That was big for
yeah,
time.
but it was massive around the UK. There was a school in Cardiff.
Yeah, they had multiple franchises.
Yeah, so he, the owner of it, so they're not still going anymore, but it's Simon from THEO, isn't it? He owned Fahrenheit, and they were dance schools around the country, and they were all very seen as very good, like very, very good dancers. A lot of them, you know, he was friends with still today.
Yeah.
Who else? Lucy Greenslade.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else was there from Fahrenheit?
In what branch now?
Yeah, loads of them.
No, what branch?
Cardiff.
There was loads.
Was there 100?
Collectively, like if you go by like the nation, then absolutely, yeah. Maybe even thousands.
You know, I know not to sound stupid, but the business that we worked at, there's multiple offices and stuff like that. It was literally like that. But he came over to Synergy, and we and him, we were already friends at the time, because obviously you came over to the school.
Yeah, we had a few months of getting to know each other.
And we
just gelled.
Yeah, literally, as cheesy as it sounds, like I've said before, we literally just clicked. We agreed with the principles of dance. Like, literally, me and you agreed on music. Me and him agreed on the principles of dance and, like, training and stuff like that. And we had common
interests.
interests.
That serious?
Yeah. Oh man, it's like as bad as it, like, as cheesy. Because to you as an outsider, that's what I forget, mind.
Yeah.
I forget as an outsider. They're probably like, they just get together and communicate.
Yeah.
You know, that's all they do. Like, what do you want about? But for us,
it's
like,
definitely a deeper level.
Oh yeah.
Than that.
Literally, I'm not saying that you're saying that at all. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm saying, like, a lot of people do forget, like, well, not even know how serious people dance. Dance is that's people's rently. Like, honest to God, like, people go to battles and
it's people's livelihood.
Yeah, literally.
Really?
Yeah.
Some people do it as a profession. Some people do it as a hobby. A lot of people nowadays are getting the capability to do it as a job. Because at the time when we were younger, there wasn't a lot of dance. Like, dance was still seen as like, oh, you're gay if you dance, and you know, all that shit. Like, it was, and that went
stigma.
Yeah, that, like, that's a really bad. It's a really bad stigma, and we'll get onto that later on and everything. But we just, like I said, we just clicked, and we just became really good friends. We started training. Man, when I say we train, like, we would on the Friday. So Friday night, he'd either come down my house, in my old house down the marina, or he'd got up at his old house in Morriston, and we would train. As soon as we met each other, like, in a room like this, we'd do like 3 hours. Then we'd order a curry, have a curry, sit down, watch some TV, and fall asleep on the Friday night. Saturday, train all day, then train until 10 o'clock at night.
Man,
we used to be like, it was religious.
It was militant.
Yeah, and it was. I think that's what I really appreciate now, because you're the same. Well, you're trying to get into the flow of music, aren't you? You started making, because when he was in Canada, obviously we'll go on to this is why we got a podcast. There's so many more stories we got to say, and it's good to really talk about. But when he was in Canada, he was making music, and I'll be honest, I'll be frank with anybody, you, him, my girlfriend, anybody. It's not bad. It's good music that I've listened to. You've sent me a few clips, and they're really good music. But what was I saying? It was about dance, wasn't it? Basically, that's what I got there. But this, like, my bad.
I don't even remember.
You're going on about like the stereotype of it, and that's where I think that's where you were going.
Yeah, but like,
you drifted into
that's
music?
like, that's how. Yeah. I don't know how I got from.
I don't know why, but
it makes sense. It makes sense. It happened.
happened.
But we became like, and then we started like drinking together. Obviously, as we got older, and that was when we became really good friends. Like, me and you, when we used to go out and get drunk. When we used to go drinking at bars and all the time. Do you know what I mean? We would do the same. We would literally be like, let's have he's having a house party this Friday, and instead of training, we just turned into house parties, basically, didn't we?
Yeah.
Instead of right laugh, and that's where we became really good friends, and you got friendly with everyone, like, literally everybody.
So I came kind of like an outsider, I suppose, because I came in through our mutual friend. Yeah. And then we were just like, the three of us were kind of inseparable, I'd say.
Yeah, literally.
For a long period of time.
Meant to be, son, weren't we? Meant to be. Right. Together. Right. You know? Kissing.
Depends the way you look at it, doesn't it?
Kiss me.
Right? But,
the three of us inseparable. Inseparable.
Yeah. But I don't know, where was I starting with
I don't know where you were going with it. It was you who was talking, mate. I was going to go on to the house
that?
parties.
You're a dick. No, yeah, our relationship, like, it was the three of us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
At all times.
things happen, you know,
Yeah.
as they do. I think things change.
Yeah.
Time, people
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
And we gelled a bit more, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And for whatever reason, we've just stuck.
Just stuck friends. And that, and like, we've like,
Which is good because
oh yeah,
I think I could be talking out of bollocks here.
yeah.
But I think like the average friendship is like 7 years or something.
Is it?
Like good strong friendship.
Shit, I didn't know that.
So
Really?
yeah,
Really?
I could be talking bollocks.
Fuck, I think that could be true.
Wikipedia
That sounds
me,
true.
I could be talking
My
bollocks.
dad fucking says this
But
all the time to me.
We're
It's
doing
like-
alright, basically.
my dad says you truly don't know a person until you've known them for 4 years. He always says this
Do you
to
know?
me.
Do you know with food?
What's
There's
that
a
now?
fact for you. It takes you 10 times to know if you get used to your taste buds used to it, and then on the 20th time you'll know if you actually like something.
20th.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not 5
either
and 10?
5 and then 10,
I think
or
it's
10
that
and then
seems
20?
like an extreme amount
That's
of
a
tasting.
lot.
I
yeah.
tell you one
Yeah.
thing that I liked straight away. Mussels, fantastic. Have
Yeah.
you ever had mussels? Like
Mussels?
like the food when you crack them open and
I
then you.
don't know what that is.
Oh, they're what would you describe them like? They're like have you had them?
Muscles.
Yeah. Ah, fuck.
There's not really much else
No,
like
yeah,
them,
but
is
no,
it,
but I
to be
mean the
honest?
taste wise. I mean like taste wise.
I've never had them.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh shit, try them. They're really sick. I thought you'd appreciate mussels.
Yeah, never tried them.
Fucking hell, I didn't know that. Right, we'll go on to what happened then after dance with you then, because that's why I wanted to get you mainly on, is because
Yeah.
obviously you joined the RAF,
I
and
did, yeah.
how old were you when you did that?
So I started, like officially my start date was the day after my 18th birthday.
Yeah, I remember it was a house
So I was,
party.
say for example, I was 18
Very
on the
good.
Thursday.
Yeah.
The Friday I started the whole kind of
So literally as soon
new
as he
job
turned that
career
age.
kind of thing.
But that
So-
I haven't really said to Liam and stuff like that. But like, you were how old when you went? You were 18 when you officially joined.
Yeah.
So he was 18 when he officially joined the RAF. A picture now being obviously like in school and the lead up to going to the RAF. What were you doing before the RAF?
So I was basically in I believe they call it a work-based learning program.
Right.
But I was trying to find an apprenticeship essentially.
Yeah.
I struggled.
I remember it.
Very
we
hard.
were friends at the
Very
time.
hard.
Yeah.
And I started this work-based learning program on kind of the promise of it sort of flourishing and getting a qualification at the end of it, and it just didn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
So I ended up basically fitting like garage doors.
Oh yeah.
For about
Oh my god.
gotta be 13, 14 months.
Yeah, it was a long time.
But obviously doing this period, I'm applying and I'm having interviews and I'm doing fitness days and things
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, that was a good 13 months.
That was, and I remember you, because we were friends at the time. He was like working from like, what time were you working from?
Well, I'd get up.
Honestly,
probably
this is
like
funny.
I don't know, like 6, half 6. Have a shower, have a cuppa.
Every day now.
Yeah,
Every day.
Well, apart from
Saturdays,
weekends.
yeah.
Sometimes I'd work weekends, like if I had to go travelling.
Okay,
and
okay,
that kind of
right,
thing.
okay.
But it was generally a Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Thing. Yeah, I'd get on my ped, go down there.
Yeah.
And I'd leave. 5, 6. So normal working hours. But
Yeah.
because it was a government funded program.
This is why it's hilarious for me. The pay.
Yeah, the pay wasn't great, but because it was a government funded program,
There was the promise.
that was the rate essentially. And yeah, it got to a point where I thought, like personally for me, this isn't what I want.
No.
So I'll have to try something new. And I'm a big believer in, if you're not happy with whatever situation you find yourself in, change it. Try and change it at least, or don't moan about it.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people who just moan about it for like 10 years, and I'm like, but you could have done this, and that
Yeah.
could have been the making of you.
Yeah.
Could have been shit.
Yeah.
Could have hated it, and you could have realised that what you actually were originally doing was good
was
for you,
perfect for you.
and it was good for you.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
yeah, for me it wasn't the case, and
No.
I just thought I want to try something new,
Well,
and luckily it worked out right.
Yeah, well, it worked out perfectly for you, really. Well, like, That's what I'd always advocate that as well, and I think you do as well. You literally did it. He was, you know, those people that go, oh, I could have lived in their mind. I could have lived in this. He literally moved to Canada, and I mean, like,
props to that as well.
And I mean,
that's
like,
huge.
like
That's
literally, he went like he was like. Within about a 6 days decision. You've always wanted to, but something fell through and he didn't go the first time. But then he went, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going. And then went.
And as you say, sometimes that attitude can be the making of you. Or equally, it can be the dumbest shit you've ever done.
Yeah.
But until you try, you don't know. And I think a lot of it is like, you've got to like risk assess it yourself.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're comfortable with that decision, because
Definitely.
if you're half-heartedly in it, and you're, you know, like for example, you now, if you were kind of only half into moving to Canada, and you moved to Canada, and then you didn't enjoy it or whatever, you come home.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not the end. Like, that's a huge thing to do.
But he was like,
but now you're back. It's not the end of the world. You're back. But I think a big portion of that is risk assessment.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Definitely. Did you like, you know, obviously after the initial thing now of going to Canada, did you think what made you do that final decision of going, yeah, do you know, I'm gonna
go to Canada?
Yeah. What was that final decision for you?
Well, when I said that I was gonna move.
Yeah. When it fell through first, and then you went.
Oh, when I went through my breakup.
Yeah.
I went through. For the context, I was with somebody from Canada for like 4 years, and then I had a visa. And then, like, I think it was like a month before.
No, it was a month. It was like 3 weeks, bro.
It was maybe 3 weeks before I was meant to move. We broke up. I was like, well, shit.
He literally.
I suppose you're already committed, aren't you?
Bearing in mind now. Bearing in mind, he had booked his flight.
Yeah, okay. I had my what's it called? Was it not
green
visa?
card?
My insurance.
Insurance, everything paid for.
Shit.
I couldn't get money back on that. I was like, fuck. Okay, well.
It was a lot of money, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite a lot of money. I was like, well, shit. Okay.
Yeah, of course, I was swear. Fucking hell.
It was like 500 something.
Fuck's sake.
I was like, oh fuck. Well, and then a few months later, I think in December,
you decided.
I was like, oh, fuck, I've got this visa.
Yeah.
If I don't go, it'll run out in April, and I won't be able to do it again. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go. And then I went.
But what made you do that? Like, what was that like?
Addy really? Had a conversation with me.
Oh,
Addy changed my. I remember this I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Really?
Yeah, it was in December, and I remember sitting opposite him, and him being like. I was showing him like I can't remember what I was showing him. I was showing him like where he wanted to go on holiday and shit like that, and then he was showing Canada. Yeah. And I was showing him like where I've been in Canada. Yeah. And then he started saying like, he was like, don't you have like a visa or whatever? And then he just encouraged, like, he inspired me. Really. And he just changed my entire mindset.
He's
and just changed me there on the spot. I was like, whoa. Yeah. And the same night I went home and told my parents.
And then he texted me. He was like, I'm going. I was like. Yeah. Oh right.
I was like, I knew that then. I was like, I knew it. Because
I told, I think I mentioned this briefly to you with the Dropout podcast. The reason we got the name is because we wanted to do a brand. We wanted to do like clothing and stuff like that. And at the time, I was like, "Fuck! How the fuck is this gonna work?" I was gutted. I was like, "Fucking hell!" But no, obviously, like nothing, against any of us speaking. But going back to you, when you went to the RAF, what was that point for you? What was the point that you... I know obviously you had applied, but I mean, was it just a common interest of thinking, I want to go? Or was it somebody...
Mate, I had never had the urge to join the military ever. Yeah. I wanted to get a trade, because in my mind, if you have a trade, you're a lot less likely to be able to work than somebody who doesn't have a trade. Yeah. So for me, it was kind of like security, I suppose. Yeah. So I knew I was going down that avenue. That's why I went into the program. Because I wanted to do something like with engineering, but the military side came out because I hated this job. Yeah, I did it because I needed money. Yeah. And I needed to get by
on your little ped.
On the pittance that it was, yeah. But I did it, and I made it what I could. But I had a conversation with my uncle, and he just threw it out, and I was like, because I'm,
What do you mean?
He just threw it out.
What, the idea?
Yeah, he was just like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna do something with engineering." And he was like, "What about the forces?" And I was like,
"Really?"
Because nobody in my family does it. My great granddad might be in the Navy. I think my great granddad was in the Navy. Yeah. Yeah. But that's 3 generations now. Yeah. And nobody's done it. Which is fine. But he just sort of threw the idea out there, and I thought, oh, I'll look into that. And the more I
Shit.
looked into it, I just
I didn't
thought
know that.
this might work.
Fucking hell.
And then I went to see like my grandfather, and he sort of supported it more.
Yeah.
You know, the whole like work contract. So you know, I'm not gonna be able to work as long as I'm contractually obliged to stay with the RAF. And it was a lot of it was security.
Yeah.
Because I'd had so little.
Yeah.
For so long, I was like, fuck this. I need more money.
Yeah.
And I need to do something which is gonna give me purpose when I go home.
Yeah.
I need to do something.
For context, like obviously to Liam, obviously you were living with your mother at the time, weren't you?
Yeah. So I was in my downstairs. It was a utility room.
Think of a utility room now. How like you know.
And then picture that smaller.
Yeah. Picture that smaller. So he was in what I'd probably say from there. So from the back of where the backdrop is now, so probably about maybe where the camera is, maybe or a little bit further.
Yeah, I would say.
So it's about that big, and probably from there till about here was about that wide. So that was his bedroom. That was his whole bedroom. So that is all it like but that was down to you volunteering that idea, wasn't it?
Well, it was my sister's room beforehand.
Yeah.
And then
Shelley, shout out Shelley.
Props. And then yeah. I'm trying to remember the timeline. It was a long time ago now, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But I ended up in there.
Yeah.
And I was in there, and I was like coming home, like, because I had a moped as well. I didn't have any obviously no
car,
shelter.
Nothing.
So I used to come home pissing down, like, wet as fuck. And then I'd be like, oh, this is dog shit. This is really dog shit.
Literally.
But crack on, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to wake up and you got to go to work. You got to do what you got to do.
I really didn't know that Richard told you that, mate.
Yeah, so he did. And I was like, but my initial reaction was, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do that?
Because it's still. I think the idea of going to the military now isn't that heavily of a thinking point in today's generation, really.
No, I don't
in my
so.
opinion,
I don't
because
think so.
obviously there's still people that go, but I mean, there's people that are going. I want to get an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
It used to be degrees. Then before that was the military, and then for a long time it was the military, wasn't it? You literally, as soon as you turn 18, you go in there.
But obviously, my I've done an apprenticeship through the military.
Yeah.
So another huge reason for me joining was the fact that I still get civilian recognised. It's only a fucking MVQ.
Yeah.
But it's something.
And
it's still a civilian recognised qualification. There's a lot of guys who join up the services, and their qualifications aren't civvy recognised.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like medics and stuff. A lot of them aren't civvy recognised.
Right.
So when they leave, they've got a wealth of experience,
but they haven't got qualifications.
Maybe they haven't got the paperwork. Maybe they've done something off their own back.
Yeah.
But maybe they haven't got it through.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it would, because obviously I've never, like you said, me as well. I don't know about you. Have you ever thought about going to the military? Ever?
Yeah, I have.
Did you? Oh wow, I didn't know that. What do you think of going to?
I don't know.
but
I just imagine me in war.
Yeah, but to be honest, be honest with me, right? That's a lot of it. A lot of people just go, I could join the army.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
That, by the way, that winds him up so much. If people go to him like, oh, how's the army going? He's like, it's not the army. He's literally
especially close relatives.
Yeah. Who was it? No, never mind. That he doesn't say names.
But that is a lot of people, and a lot of people. It's the making of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think
a lot of people. It is.
I'll be honest.
You know what I mean? Massively.
I want to go more. Obviously, we've got plenty of time to speak about it, but I want to go more into like when you went in and after everything and stuff like that. But it's not, like I was saying, it's not seen as a thing now for people to go, yeah, I'm gonna go to the military. Like
there is a lot of it. Like if a lot of it is family oriented. Like if your dad was in, you'll kind of go, oh, I can give it a go. There's a lot of people I know who do that and they hate it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who go, I'm gonna do exactly what he did because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great.
So when you went to the RAF, so you were 18 now.
Yeah.
How can I put this nicely?
Go on,
when he went in,
just do it.
They shaped his head.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Now
I looked like a fucking bowling ball.
Where's your wallet?
No, I refuse. No,
mate,
not doing it.
I remember FaceTiming him. I remember being like, I answered the FaceTime and I was like, I literally went, fuck. I was like, oh my god. They, like, because classically, like, obviously when you go into, it was not, what is it called? Sorry, I called it the wrong word the other day. You go into, not bootcamp. Basic, you go into basic training.
Yeah.
And they shave your head still. Like, obviously it's still a procedure that they follow. and I was fucking in stitches.
Yeah.
I remember being
Why
like,
did they shave your hair?
yeah, why did they do that, man?
Because it's like
I'm so confused. I've always thought, why the fuck do they? Like, you don't need to. You can just keep it up.
Yeah, no, it's
You
it's,
don't have it shaved.
no,
now.
I know. Yeah, thank fuck you, man. I'd
Oh,
fucking sing
dreadful.
forever.
Oh,
It's a unity thing. Like
Is
one,
it?
yeah, mate. One and all in kind of thing. You know what I mean? And it's huge.
Do they do it like as aggressive as they make out in the US ones? They're like they shave you like half-assed, then they push you out, and you doing burpees
no,
and
mate.
shit.
It's like it's not like.
Or you
that.
go to barbers and sit
It's
down.
not.
And fucking...
Yeah, wet shave. Yeah.
How do
But,
they do it? How do
Oh,
they?
they
Is
just
it
clip,
just
they just
normal?
clip with your hair. Yeah, they
As soon as you get there.
everyone will have a 0
Right.
or a 1. Is it?
I think
it might be a 1.
I think it might
Whatever
be...
I got on the back and sides, that's a 1. So I think I got that all over.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, most people, if you look handsome after that, right?
You're fine.
Fuck me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something right.
No,
They don't do it to girls though.
don't they?
No.
They should. Fucking.
I'm sure that's a debate that'll happen in a
Feminists.
few years. But yeah.
Why, bro? This is me off. I just can't get over why.
I know. Yeah. Why do
That
they do
fucks
it?
me up.
Because
Is it to like be like
yeah,
unified?
it's the
right.
it's so I look at you and go, oh fucking hell,
You're the
we're
same.
in this together then I
Yeah.
suppose. And
I get you. I can get it.
It kind of automatically like puts you in a state of like
military.
gelling, I think,
Yeah.
because you're like,
I can't.
oh, well, he looks like a twat as well. So we'll
I
just
couldn't
give-
shave my head.
give
I
it-
couldn't.
give
I
it a go.
can't do it.
I was like when when I cut my
It
hair.
goes back. You got.
Yeah, I know
you
it
gotta
goes-
remember that.
Yeah, but yeah.
Are you allowed to keep it if it grows back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
I
he
got it
has
now.
now.
Like,
So you're still in the RAF.
Yeah, he's still
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So you get to keep.
He just
the-
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, but if you were working,
Yeah, I don't have to like shave my head every time I
Every
go to
time,
work. Yeah,
No,
no,
he
I gotta
just-
work like this.
He goes to work like that.
I have
though.
a head of hair.
Yeah, head of
I
hair.
wouldn't say
thank
full,
God.
but I have a
No,
head.
no.
so you can keep the hair after.
Yeah, afterwards it's fine,
Yeah,
but just
yeah.
in basic training you have it shaved.
Yeah, they give it, and then they give it to you in like a bag.
Do they?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
So,
fucking-
so you only have to do basic training once.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So we'll go. Obviously,
Right.
mentioning that now. What
I need
was?
to say as well, this jumper is not mine. It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
absolutely huge.
It doesn't. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it does.
It's mine.
No,
It's
fine.
his.
It's
his.
fine.
It's
his.
mine.
Oh.
I think I've hardly been in shop, but that's all good. No, but
No one's seen it.
yeah, no one. Yeah, not like I'm the staff. of
You
shop.
look on the camera. You look like you're Theo. Come back.
Yes.
You look about.
I look like I'm a giant.
You look like you're about to tell a ghost story.
I'm not doing that now.
No, I know.
Oh shit.
That could have been the intro.
Oh, you fucked it. You fucked
Bro,
it.
that would have
You
been
fucked
so
it.
good.
Why didn't you think of this before? Fuck. Okay, so
Anyway, we digress.
yeah, we digress. But going into right, wait, we'll go back. We'll go back
Wow.
to basic camp. Right, basic
I
training.
fucked that heavy.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Because I want.
That was genius. I didn't
Yeah.
even think. I just
I'll
thought
just
you
forget
looked
about it.
like.
That's gonna be the. Oh, alright.
Well, I mean, we can't.
Yeah. It's in there.
I'll just forget about it.
Oh yeah.
Just edit it
Oh,
out.
hello.
Edit it out and then pretend I haven't doing it.
No, right. So going back to basic, when you went to basic training,
Yeah.
how? Because obviously I knew you at the time, obviously, and we were friendly, but we just kind of, you had your own space. What was basic training like? Be honest. Like, I
it
mean,
was-
the brutal honest.
It was good.
Really?
Yeah. Like it. A lot of people who were there were older than me.
Right.
But you got like I was as independent as I was. Like there were certain things which I couldn't do. Like I didn't know how to use a washing machine properly. I didn't know how to cook.
Yeah.
All these things, and you kind of forced to learn those very quickly, because although there's all this stuff of like one and all in, and you are like a unit and stuff.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the guy next to you just wants a job, so he's he's looking after himself.
Yeah.
There is that helping element,
Mm.
but when it comes down to it, it's you, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
What was the hardest aspect for you then? What was when you first initially joined then? Because I think I know.
Not sleeping properly.
So
shit.
not sleeping properly,
That was
really.
pretty shit. Yeah.
Really? So how do you mean? What? Just waking up early or what?
Yeah, it's like waking up early and not going to bed till like late because you've got a lot of stuff to do, for like a lot of preparation for the next day, like
Right.
ironing random shirts and shit, and then
What would you say would?
which doesn't sound hard now,
I know.
but back then,
Then it was like habit to
especially
do
me,
it.
because I didn't know how to do fuck all.
Yeah, exactly.
What
within
would you
reason.
say is like the most, the funniest moment you've had when you've been there?
When you were in basic training.
In basic.
Yeah. Because there's that military aspect of lads, and there's going to be a lot of.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah.
A slide
I
back
think
a tad.
I think probably the first time you're allowed to drink, because you're not allowed to drink for like you're not allowed to go. This could be wrong, but I think
You fucking did
I
it.
didn't go home. Yeah, but it was like years ago.
Right.
I don't think you don't go home for 6 weeks.
Right.
Right, straight away off the bat. And then you have like a token, and a token for like beers, and it's like a little disco kind of thing.
I did that in Canada.
And you have like, I think it's like 3 or 4 beers, but because you haven't drunk in like
ages,
5 weeks. And bear in mind, I'm only 18 as well, so
and you still are a massive
I'm still
lightweight.
starting to drink.
Still are.
Yeah, but you know, probably that, because that was really good, because you're chilling with people that you've never really got to know, because you don't really see everyone. So like, you go and have a drink and you just meet new people and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's like, that's what I liked, is like the diversity.
Yeah. Was there a massive diversity? Is there?
Yeah. There's like all different ages. Like,
right.
I was gonna say all different sexes, then, but you got males and females.
Separate, yeah.
But yeah, probably that first like kind of disco kind of party thing, because it just really went. Oh fucking! This is a little bit normal.
Yeah. Because you get thrown into a different reality. You get thrown into the idea of you were this, you were that, you were doing this because of that. You have to do this by this time.
Yeah, there is that.
There's that, like, because obviously, like, that's what school, like, you get prepared through it in school and stuff like that. But I mean, when it comes to military, it's another level. Did you have what was because like I was mentioning then, what was the hardest experience for you? What was the hardest thing? Because I think I know personally, because I know you are my best mate, but
I miss my family a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was your family, because I'll give him this credit. He's very family orientated, and when he went to basic, I knew straight off the bat, I was like, fuck, he's gonna struggle not seeing his mum, as I would. I'd struggle not seeing my mum. I really would have difficulty, but I thought it would be family. Was it mainly your mum, or was it certain individuals?
No, it was everyone really.
Really, yeah, because you are
immediate family.
Yeah, you have a you did a massive family.
Yeah, because you're not going home, and like, I wasn't sleeping properly. And it just one day I was just like, oh, this is shit. Why am I doing this? What's the point? And there's a lot of that. Yeah. Especially older guys who know there's like work out there and stuff. Right. A lot of guys were like, what the fuck am I doing this for? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, guys who are like 25, 26, whatever, which was a few of them. Having people the same age as them, scream at them because there's a fucking crease in a shirt. Yeah. And they're like, and I think I have a lot of respect for somebody who can just go, just leave it, fucking leave it,
just take it,
and just crack on.
Yeah.
Because me, I was 18, I was tiny, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do whatever anyone tells me.
Nah, literally.
But there's a lot of guys there who are older and are a lot like, what the fuck is it?
What I could be doing something. I was doing this 10 years ago. Why am I not doing that now? Do you know what I mean?
But there's all ages. People there who are like 30 odd, got kids and stuff. Yeah. Who just life has not allowed them to do what they want to do, and they want a complete change. There's a lot of that.
When you went from basic, like me, after basic, you obviously became, what's your grade? Sorry.
What's my grade?
What's your grade? What's your official role?
I'm just an aircraft technician.
An aircraft technician. That sounds very impressive.
It does.
It does sound very impressive.
It does sound impressive.
So going into obviously being in the RAF, you've been able to travel to some places. So obviously Liam, the first time you've met Liam, not to be like, Cory, tell Liam. I mean, like, honestly, name some of the places you've been through work now.
Okay, yeah. So I've been to. I would like to say I'm not the most like travel guy in the.
No, I know.
There are like people who like
of course.
do serious time away. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm just
but like Cyprus, loads of times, the Falklands, loads of times. Well, 3 or 4 times.
That's right at the bottom.
I can imagine. Yeah, you're going there. It's owned by the British Empire.
Prague, Latvia, Rio de Janeiro 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah,
fucking
3 times. Airbase called Minad, which is like UAE.
What was it?
Oman, between Oman. I've got a list, but it's
didn't you went to Jamaica?
Yeah, Jamaica. Yeah.
Nice Washington.
Yeah. Calgary. Went to Calgary.
Oh, cool.
Decent.
Yeah, near Banff.
I didn't know that.
Was awesome.
Why did you go all these places?
So this is for
just with work.
Explain your job, genuinely, because he doesn't know you.
Yeah, well, basically, like the way it
what
works.
Job allowed
the way it works in the RAF is you get a posting, and you will get posted to what's called a squadron.
Right.
And that squadron will have a specific aircraft attached to it, which performs a specific role. And it just so happens that where I am now, posting wise, the aircraft I work on does like air-to-air refueling.
So do you go to those other places to work on aircrafts?
yeah. So what we'll do? Yeah. So like we have. Be careful actually, but we have like detachment. So we'll go there and we will work on an aircraft there. And then we'll have other trips where we go and we'll like the primary role will be like to drop people off,
Right.
or we'll go somewhere. Like I just went away and we had to call it trailing, which is refueling other jets like on the way home to give them more range.
Yeah.
Obviously, it run out of fuel. You
Yeah.
got to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously, to refuel in, we put more fuel in whilst it's in the air. Allows them to transit and travel for longer before they need to make another stop to get more fuel.
Decent.
Well,
So yeah, it literally depends on where.
That's the first time you've ever explained that story.
Oh, is it?
Like,
Sorry, yeah.
I've never known what it is.
Yeah. Oh, well,
I was like, tell him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
me knowing, like.
But yeah, so that's it, mate. Basically,
Okay.
you get put somewhere, and then you will be required to perform whatever that aircraft wants, really.
Because I remember the most jealous I've ever been, because obviously, you know, he flies around and stuff like that, and not
Which
as,
also sometimes isn't as
I'd love to go
glamorous
to
as it sounds.
Jamaica.
yeah, I was literally just about to say now, like you said, it's not that
Oh,
glamorous
bro.
as well.
Yeah.
Jamaica would be the number one. And do you know where he went? Tell him where he went.
So I managed to get into Bob Marley's house, the museum.
How sick is that?
That-
Literally his house
How,
in Jamaica.
though?
It's in Jamaica. He
Because
had time off.
Yeah, we had time
So you
off
have- you
whilst
have
on
days
the
Oh,
there.
so you had time off there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whilst on the so yes, sometimes we will fly somewhere and we'll fly straight back, but sometimes, depending on things like the crew hours and things,
Yeah.
we'll have to have a night stop, and depending on the tasking as well. But yeah, we had X amount of hours on the ground, so
Right, I see.
I just thought I'm taking advantage of this. I'm just
That
gonna
was
go
like,
and
I
do
remember
that.
when I remember seeing that all over Instagram, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, that's one thing I'd love to
Yeah.
go see.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because obviously I know you.
I was wicked, mate. It was really cool, but when everybody thinks of Jamaica, they think of Montego Bay,
Yeah,
which is expensive,
yeah,
glamorous, that kind of
yeah. But
environment.
Jamaica is very.
But I went to Kingston, which is not.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of rough sleeping. There's
Yeah.
a lot of crime. There's a lot of violence.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you in uniform
so
at the time?
no, you're not. No, you don't. So you'll travel from the airport to the hotel in uniform sometimes, but depending on where location on where
Yeah.
you are, sometimes you'll have to get into civilian clothes.
Right.
To travel to
Civilian
the hotel. and
clothes.
stuff.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Imagine having to get into civilian clothes as your
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Shit.
But mate, it's one of those.
There is
it,
threats. In it.
It sounds like a lot, you know, quite cool and quite. And
Yeah.
sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like, just on a 10-hour flight and now I got to go and get changed.
Yeah,
and
I get you.
have a hour bus journey and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
It's not
what I will.
as-
It is like I like my job, but
It's not as glamorous as ever makes out to be.
No.
Because that's a joke. That's an ongoing joke between all of like us as a group
Yeah,
of
yeah,
friends. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh fucking hell, Corey doesn't bloody work. Corey goes to this place to do stuff, but he does like in like 3 days time or 4 days time. He'll do like 47 hours like working. That's more than we did,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
when we were in the office and stuff. But like one thing, I'll be honest, and I'll come out and say honestly,
honestly,
yeah, honestly, I will
yeah.
honestly speak honestly. But I said when.
Jesus.
Jesus. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no. When you first started, I don't know why, but I had this thought of like, I remember being like, every time you come home, I'd be like, oh, like take care. Like I'd always say to you, take care, and you'd always be like, I'm gonna be fine.
So
I'm going
strange.
back.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going back to England. Like.
Yeah, but no, but I remember thinking at first, I was like, because that's one thing that doesn't get brought up in my opinion when you work your job. There is a genuine threat against
Yeah.
the
yeah.
the UK,
Of course
the
there-
you know, the United Kingdom military.
There is.
There is you know, things happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
People get attacked on the streets. People have been
Yeah,
stabbed.
easy,
People have been
yeah,
shot and
yeah.
everything. Do you know what I mean? Just from being that job.
Mm-hmm.
Like my one of my mum's friends. I don't think I've never said this obviously, but one of my mum's friend, in England somewhere was walking back from surgery,
Right.
and she got killed. And bearing in mind she was a Labour candidate. Like she was a councillor, and she got killed just because she was part of that. So that's what I'm saying about
aware,
yeah. So that's what I'm saying about, and I can't remember her name. I hate to reference it without knowing the name, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying about your job. There is a genuine threat, and people even when we had an office, you know, because we were part of a government
Any
agency.
civilian
Yeah, but
government entity.
yeah, exactly. But I'm saying the government agency that we were working for, we'd have like bomb drills, and I remember
hated
thinking,
the bomb
the
drills,
bomb
bro.
drills.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
People
So
they'd
annoying.
find a fake bomb
Yeah,
and all that
Oh,
shit.
it's so
Have you-
dumb.
So I was mentioning, I was genuinely concerned about you, like, at some points.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a situation where there has been genuine concern from your job? Or has there not been?
Not for me, no.
Not for you. Do you know of any,
No.
like, not to, like, glorify a story, but I mean, do you
Yeah.
know of any stories?
Not really, because as I joined, like, Afghanistan was dying down.
Right,
Like,
okay.
I never went.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, not really.
No?
No.
Because I've
Which
always
is good.
wondered,
Which is good.
yeah,
That's
that
a good
is,
thing.
yeah, of course, it is good. I tell you one sick thing, not to, like, glorify violence or anything, but one sick thing, you learn how to use a gun. That's one thing you can do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you can.
Sometimes.
That's not bad. What was that like training? Was that in basic training you did that?
You have to do a range shoot in basic training.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I'd love.
What type of gun do you know?
It's an L85, so it's a rifle.
Oh,
Shit. Have you ever shot a gun?
no.
I'd love to.
No, I haven't.
You're probably quite good at it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, see.
Strong,
Yeah.
stronger than you,
Huge look,
basically.
yeah.
Bigger than you. No, remember, Charlie Perkins?
Yeah.
He shot a gun in Prague, and he fucking hit his shoulder. He was like,
Yeah,
holy
the recoil, yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
He was like, he didn't know how pain. One of the boys, I can't remember his name now. Oh, I've heard a story from this. My friend shot a gun, dislocated his shoulder out of place. Literally, I remember there was a video of him, like, his arm, like, flailing around and everything. But, so, going back to you, like, you're still in the RAF now. How long have you been working in the RAF?
Well, it would have been April 22nd, 2014.
Right. So
what's
you've been
that,
there 5 years?
5.5 years?
5.5 years. So you need coming up to your 6 years.
Yeah, so...
Did you think you'd be there that long?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you get asked, like, quite clearly to define the, like, return of service and things that you have to do once you do, like, the courses, essentially. But yeah, so I knew I'd be in this long.
So how long, because obviously me being a friend of yours and everything like that, how long do you reckon you'll be in the RAF for? Do you reckon?
I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Because I remember, as honest as we are on the podcast and everything, but there has been a thing of you thinking about maybe leaving and just doing something different. You know what I mean? So when you think of something different, what do you think of? Do you think something along those lines, or do you think engineering?
I'm going to try and stick with
aircraft engineering.
Well, yeah, but it is difficult.
Yeah, of course.
But the one thing I will say about the RAF is you've got good job security.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you've really got to take that into account when you're trying to leave a position.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know.
Do you think the RAF make it that it's a good job security? I mean, like, do they offer because you have a lot of benefits to your job, don't you? Do you? You have quite a lot of leave, because we did as well.
Yeah, I have a lot of leave. Yeah.
Because with us, me and him, when we were working in the office, they make it so hard for you to leave, don't they? Really? Do you know what I mean? There's so many benefits to the job, that you can't deny. I don't think you can. You can't look at it. Like everyone that I know, because when we both, it was your first job, wasn't it? Was it your first job?
No.
I think it was my second job or my first proper job. What was your first proper job? Or B&M, wasn't it?
No, I never worked at B&M.
Sorry.
Maybe if you want to count this, like when I was 16, I did a job as a dishwasher.
Decent. Where to?
It was Manor Park.
Was it? Oh shit.
Yeah, it was shit though.
Doesn't Leanne's thingy own it? Who is it? Godfather? No, not Godfather.
I don't know. I don't know the way.
My girlfriend Leanne's relative or somebody that she knows owns Manor Park, and I've always.
Is it a guy?
I think so. I can't remember.
Don't eat butters, bro.
Like he didn't. How long did you work there for?
I don't know. Maybe like 6 months.
Oh, did you?
Maybe. I don't know.
But when we started, it was like they offer so many, like I was saying, so many benefits to you stay in.
Yeah.
So what alongside leave and everything like that, what other benefits do you have?
You get gym.
Oh, do you?
Like the gym on campus free.
Oh, that's good.
Where you have a lot of leave. They count the travel as a perk. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Yeah. But that's part of the job.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you signed up to do, essentially. But yeah, this job security is a benefit as well.
Yeah, massively. Because you can't.
I think a lot of people overlook that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, did you think you overlooked that when you were younger, or can you appreciate it now that you're older? Because
I think I appreciate it more now I'm older, but I wasn't really concerned about that at the time when I was younger.
Well,
because I had more immediate things to worry about. Like
when you signed up,
yeah,
did you have to put like your body like type, your body height, your body mass. Did you have to do
you have to do all that kind of stuff.
Well, tell
Because
about
they-
the training you had to do. Because I remember you struggling.
They need to obviously get as much detail on you as they can. So you have like a medical before you have like an initial medical before you go to basic training and stuff.
So if somebody was too skinny, like me,
Yeah, so your BMI has to be within a certain
and if it's not,
certain criteria,
if it's not,
then you need to get bigger or you need to get smaller. Essentially, that.
But you can't join.
No, you need to be within a certain.
I see.
Were you far off because you are a small man?
I would. Yeah, I understand. No.
Oh God.
Excuse me.
I thought you threw up there. I literally was like, oh my God.
You nearly made through the whole podcast without having a piss as well.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh no, you've brought it up now. I'm gonna go pee now.
Are you gonna? Oh, please don't.
Oh, I'm not like
Don't
right
leave
here.
me
Like, not right here. But no.
If you need to actually go, you can go.
Yeah, cheers.
There we go. You're
Nice one,
excused to
boys.
leave
But I'm good.
behind our set.
But the question was. What was the question?
I don't remember what my
I
question
can't remember
was.
anything we were talking about.
Right,
It was
to be
the
honest,
RF.
what was the
body
time?
mass, wasn't it?
50. Yeah.
We got plenty of time.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm happy to stay. Are you in a rush?
Yeah, by your listeners.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they're still listening. I think the main thing that I want to that's why I want to talk about the RF is
We've been
because
talking for 53 minutes.
yeah, that's what I mean. It flies
Alright,
in
cool.
there. I told you.
Yeah.
But when obviously you being in the RAF now, circumstances have changed. Obviously.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
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 Cool. All right. Well, because it's an important factor to bring up, and I think it can't be ignored. Obviously, obviously this year you've got in a relationship with Joe, and it's you. This is the first male relationship you've ever had, and I remember you. I was there when it you came out essentially. But what did you say? Came out? Cool.
I hate that word.
I'm joking.
Bro, I can imagine that. I can imagine, as a gay person, somebody would hate that saying, as the come
Okay.
out. Like, that, it's
I'm
like,
joking, I'm
it's
joking.
just,
Fine, yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, I get you. I get what you mean.
You're just gonna be like, shit, like.
Because it's not that big. It shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's not, is it?
In my eyes, no. It's
No.
not.
Because obviously you beat, but I'm not just bringing up the fact that you're gay. I mean, your idea of changing career path now, it's just down to circumstance changes, isn't it? Really, in my opinion.
Yes.
Would you say so?
Yes and no.
So yes and no. Yes, for what reason? Would you say you just became?
Oh no, nothing to do with this whole experience is making me want to leave my job.
No, of course, no, not implying that. Sorry.
It's so that's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
That's
No.
not that. But yeah, I think to me it doesn't relate. Like I don't care.
That's the main thing. Yeah,
and if people care, then they can do one.
Yeah, exactly.
To be
Yeah,
honest,
and that was the
because,
whole point. That was the whole
You
approach
don't
you
need
had.
that negative energy around you.
No, of course not.
And banter, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm up for it because it's
Between
gonna
me and
happen.
you.
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I have no interest in shutting that down unless I think
Too
it's
far.
over the top.
Yeah.
Or it's from somebody who I haven't got
Yeah.
a lot of time for. Really.
Yeah. Definitely.
But among friends and that, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, because I
And
remember
that's fine.
because when obviously when we were younger, like I said, like we mentioned earlier on, the massive implication that you were gay if you danced, like we said about with Martin, and it was it's the worst.
Stereotype is humongous.
Yeah, it's awful.
humongous.
And because did you ever get called were you ever assumed as being gay for any reason? Because I'll be honest, being assumed just because
not seriously.
not seriously,
No, not
just
seriously.
through jokes and shit like that, through between people, because everyone does when you're young, don't you?
I think one of my one of my old friends' friend thought I was gay, and I was just like, no, I'm not gay.
No, and it's a weird thing to assume,
like, what?
and you being basically literally you would not think so. Wouldn't think that you would.
No, and that's fine.
And that's the most important thing. That it is literally fine.
what I mean?
And there's no reason.
But equally, if you did think it, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
No, exactly.
It-
And
do you know what I mean?
I wanted to bring you on because literally one of my best friends, funniest person, and I can sit down and have a chat with you, and that's the best. I've always thought about filming one of our conversations without really thinking about it, pursuing it and stuff like that. That's how we kind of started it off ever, really, didn't we? We filmed just a random conversation we had. I can't even know what the fuck it was about. I still got it on my phone, mind.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be
So-
quite interesting to listen to. Not right now, but we'll listen to it one day. But I wanted you to get on the podcast because I wanted to just sit down and have a chat with my friend.
Yeah.
And that was literally like, this is what it's been perfect for today, in my opinion. Right, going on the ghost story. Obviously, we fucking announced earlier on, but we're going to use that from now on.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll say
that was a banger.
that was a
idea.
very good idea. Bearing in mind, we've never, like, you're the second guest to have on, but we've done it every now. I think we've done it every podcast.
No,
We've been very inconsistent with it. But I hope we've like bigged this up now. Do you have any ghost experiences, or do you have any story that you have? Like,
not necessarily with your recent job, just in your life. Have you
Anything.
ever had? Or
Have you ever had a thing that's kind of
paranormal.
paranormal activity that you've been like,
What
that
the fuck?
was really strange. That creeped me out.
Or have you heard any?
Or have you heard of any?
I remember when I was young, I went like as a family. We went to Devon in like a big manor house.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the first big sort of structure house kind of thing that I'd ever sort of slept in. So that as a place was like really eerie and really dark when it was like nighttime.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd hear like floorboards creaking and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I was a kid, so it was quite
creepy.
Quite creepy.
Because his one was
but
coming
you know,
downstairs.
nothing like I've never felt anybody like trying
Yeah.
to grab me or nothing like that.
I tell you what, mate.
Like
Gaia.
sleep paralysis.
You know
and shit.
Gaia? Remember
I do.
Gaia? Her house is haunted. Do you remember years ago?
That's
That's a story you can mention.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't mention names as such, but I remember Gaia. But last names and everything like that. But I'm saying, her house was like, was it confirmed, or was it just a lot of things?
I think it was just a lot of
things
evidence.
happened in the house, and then I think it was the toy in the room, wasn't it? It was really
remember.
they used to turn the head. The head used
That's
to turn on its
creepy.
own, or it would be in a different position to when they literally left. And she's like, "Why? Like, Gaia doesn't lie or anything. Why would you lie about it?" But that's one of the paranormal activities I know. So instead of you saying it was me today, that's the ghost story.
All right.
Yeah. But no, I'm glad to have you on, my friend.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay,
but no,
cool.
I'm glad to have you on.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Jeff, definitely.
Appreciate it.
But,
you got a firm
He
grip.
does, doesn't he? He
Yes.
hurts every time,
do
man.
it again, do it again.
Literally.
My
Every time.
God.
He's like that. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's all I need. That's all it's supposed to be. When he goes like that, squeezes your hand. Like that.
Bro, Jesus.
I know.
Presents, there you go.
Look at my
presents.
hand, bro. I'm a skinny guy. What, bro?
Oh,
I
yeah.
break my bones.
But
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Honestly.
it's alright.
Do you know outro it today?
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Do you have Instagram?
Yes, he does.
Or
I
anything?
do. I have a lot of followers.
Yes, he doesn't.
Do you want to?
Yeah, Cory T1, isn't it? Cory T
That could be
with
what's
a K or a C?
with a C.
With a C, man.
So COREY
lower caps.
T1.
T1.
Yes, that's the boy.
Cory T1.
Don't follow me.
Yeah, don't follow him. He's a twat.